Hello guys, amigos, WRO here. In today's video I am ranking the backgrounds to get into WRO. Without further ado, we'll get right into it. The first base/background is academic skills. Now academic skills are actually really underrated because if you get good grades you will think higher of yourself. Good grades also means you are going to be more responsible, so you're probably going to train robotics more than other people. This is really underrated and I am putting this as skill base in A tier. Next skill base we got is doing robots, not Lego EV3 or Spike Prime robots though. Having a background in robotics is really good even if you don't do Lego robotics. It's good because you get the feeling of training robotics, coding and doing mechanisms. It's just more familiar for you, which is really good even if you don't use blocks to code. This background is a great advantage to you. I am easily putting this in S tier. The next background/base we have is another coding background, but not coding robots. What I mean in this category of coding is that you code games or code websites. I think coding is a really good base, especially if you want to be the main coder for the team. But coding games and websites use text code, which is really different from block coding that is used normally in EV3 and Spike Prime. And yes, there are Python coding stuff for EV3 and Spike Prime, however still you have to learn the commands. But yes, you will have more logical knowledge and faster typing speed, which is a really good plus, but still having to learn the commands and for needing to download a specific application for EV3 Python coding makes it much harder. I would just rather use the block coding even if it's not that good. I think overall this is a good base for the thinking skills you can get. I am putting this base in A tier. Next base we got is being rich, and yes, I am calling this a background because it is a background to go into WRO and I am running out of ideas. So, being rich, how does this impact WRO? Well, this actually impacts WRO a lot because being rich means you can hire the best coaches and buy a lot of resources. A lot of EV3 sets are really good because if something breaks you can always replace it because you are so rich. This is an absolutely broken. I think this background is one of the best. But there are some downsides. Having rich parents probably means that you are going to be spoiled a lot. Having everything you ever wanted is very dangerous because it doesn't train you to work for the things you want. Instead you just call for it and you instantly get it. If you have rich parents and are getting into WRO, I recommend buy a lot of EV3 sets if you are serious. Also try not to get overboard with yourself. Try actually working to a goal and rewarding yourself with something, instead of just asking for it. And if your parents already do this where you actually have to work hard to actually get something, then you don't have rich parents. Instead you have the type of parents in the next one here. But first of all, I am putting the rich parent background in A tier because even though it's good, it does have some downsides, which leads us into the next amazing background, which is supportive parents. Now this means that you're probably the one that suggests to your parents that you want to do WRO, but I think that's really rare. Well, in my country at least, I think having supportive parents is just a plus on everything. A lot of people want this and you are super lucky to have it. A lot of people think their parents aren't good, but actually it's probably because you just didn't tell them what you actually wanted, so they force it upon you. But if you tried to tell and it didn't work, then I don't think that's very supportive. Anyways, having supportive parents really heightens everything, and if you do have supportive parents you should be grateful for it. I am putting this background easily in S tier. Sorry if this video was a bit all over the place. Goodbye.